Good evening, it's Jenny from Southern Savers here for our Monday night Q&A. This is always kind of a fun time for you to ask any questions that you have and to just learn about whatever our topic is for the night. So my plan for today is that we're going to talk saving at CVS. We can go all the drugstores, but what we found in the past is that to try to cover 3 drugstores in a 1-hour Q&A, it just isn't enough time. So we're going to talk CVS at length, but any other questions that you guys have, feel free to pop them into the comments below the video, whether you're watching on Southern Savers or on Facebook or on YouTube. So I do double stream this, so if I lose some of you on one stream, you can always hop over to the other. So this is live right on the top of Southern Savers or live on Facebook, either way you want to find it. So why CVS? This is crazy for some folks when you're first getting started, that I would tell you that I want you to only buy your toothpaste in a drugstore or your personal care supplies. So really what I tell most folks is all your groceries come from a grocery store and everything else needs to come from a drugstore. So not just your toothpaste, another huge one, your diapers, your paper towels, your toilet paper, laundry detergent, all from a drugstore. Now, there are some occasional deals at the grocery store, so I'm not going to say that you're never going to get your laundry detergent in a grocery store, but we're going to see some crazy good prices in the drugstores, which is that's why I want you to have that, like cutting everything in half. Groceries from a grocery store, everything else from a drugstore. So just so we're all on the same page as to why that's important, it's a bulk of our savings. So we live, and I know this is crazy for some folks, on a pretty tiny budget for 7 people, but the way that we can do that is that all of our personal care is basically free. Toothpaste, you should never pay for. So we're going to start with the basics there on how the drugstores work. And if you guys have questions, please chime them in the comments. It's great to see everyone else saying hi and seeing where you all are from, all the way from New York to Alabama. I was just in Alabama last week. So fun to see all of you guys joining in tonight. So to start with the basics in the drugstores, we go in, we buy a participating item, and we earn a reward for that. And all the drugstores, it's really the same concept. CVS, we're going to earn an extra care buck. So this is pretend. This is not a deal this week. Please don't go out and try to buy Colgate toothpaste. You're going to be really disappointed because it isn't going to be free. But normally, we see this at least once a month, if not twice a month. So for pretend's sake, this toothpaste is on sale for $2.99. You've got a $1 coupon, and they're going to give you a $2 reward. That's the concept of the deal. So I go into the store, you've never done this before in your life, you're going to put this on the counter. The total due is $2.99, so give them the $1 coupon that you came in the door with. You're going to pay $1.99, and then on your receipt is going to print a $2 extra care buck that you can use on your very next purchase. So I paid them $1.99 and they gave it all back to me in pretend CVS money. That's really how I want you to look at it. So while I paid for this tube, I now have $2 towards something else that I want to buy. And a lot of times these are a limit of 2. So you could actually put 1 tube on the counter, pay for the first one, get a reward, and use it to buy a second one right behind it. But that's the concept. So I can use this extra care buck for anything that I would like in the entire store except for 4 things, just so we're all in the same boat. I cannot pay for an extra care buck if I am buying stamps, prescriptions, gift cards, or liquor. Most of us are good there. That doesn't really affect a lot of things. But as long as I go in and I'm buying anything else, I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I brought in today. I love it when I have things to hold up. Anything else I want, if I've got that $2 extra care buck, I can turn around and use it on anything else that I would like in the whole store. And Cindy's chiming in, I don't have a CVS near me, only Rite Aid, but I get a lot of deals there. So as we go through these, I do want folks that you may not have a CVS right next to you. The concept's the same, and Cindy's right. There are tons of deals in the other drugstores as well. So just kind of apply what we're talking about to those same other stores that you have, the same types of deals in those other stores. Now, I've seen a couple questions go by, so I want to jump and not get too behind. Could I show what the printable coupon should look like? I've been having trouble with CVS and coupons. So Teresa, printable coupons can be any printable coupon that you're grabbing off of the internet. I know, and I am not always good with names, but I know that one person, this could be you, Teresa, is having issues with CVS wanting little bubbles to be up in the expiration date box. I have never heard of that issue before, but one person I know of has been emailing back and forth or Facebook messaging me on that one. But any printable coupon, CVS is going to take from coupons.com or SmartSource, all the major printable sites. They even offer printable coupons on the CVS website. They're the same printable coupons you can get from everywhere else. They're not really magical or special, but they do take them. The other coupons that you're going to be able to take are any from the Sunday paper. So they take any manufacturer's coupon that you want to bring in the door. And Karen says, I walked into CVS today with a $5 extra care buck. I got $1 off laundry detergent from the CVS coupon center or the kiosk. Bought 3 extra detergents, paid 40 cents for all 3 of them after all the coupons. So it cut you off, Karen. I can't see the rest of your comment very well. So I don't know if you had a question. But just in what you paid, you did awesome. That's the fun part of the drugstore. So to kind of go back to our basic here, the starting example, and toothpaste is the best starting example because most people, when they get started, they're like, you know what? She said the toothpaste was free. I don't really understand, but I just want the free toothpaste. So this is where most people start. So the $2 extra care buck that you get back from here, I can use that on anything. But the fun part, just like Karen used for the laundry detergent, is that it's currency. I can use it on top of other coupons. I can use it with store coupons, all for the next thing that I'm purchasing. So if I got a $2 extra care buck here, I'm just giving you a pretend example, and let's say on this guy, I had a $2 off coupon for Pantene. Well, I've got a $2 off coupon for Pantene and a $2 extra care buck, and the Pantene was on sale for $4. You're going to pay nothing. It's fine to use that extra care buck with a manufacturer's coupon on one item. It is currency. So there's no max on that, which I know was one of the next questions down that someone asked was how many coupons can we use on items, or is there a limit? Sorry, that's Emma's question from the YouTube side. Is there a limit of how many coupons you can use in one transaction at CVS? So Emma, no, there's not. You are only allowed, let me make sure we're not breaking any rules here, but we're only allowed 1 manufacturer's coupon per item that we purchase, but you always get a store coupon with that, and you always get an extra care buck on top of that. So as long as you're not breaking kind of the cardinal rule of couponing with that manufacturer's coupon, Emma, then you're fine. You're not really going to run into a limit. They do have some other limits, I guess you could say, if you had a whole bunch of store coupons, which we haven't really had a lot of overlap on store coupons lately. They've gotten a little stingy with them. I'm not saying that we don't have deals, just they're getting stingy with the coupons. But there may be a time that you had a $5 off $25 purchase, a $3 off $15 purchase. Sometimes if you have so many of those, it can be tricky to use many of them in one transaction. But you still could, as long as your totals were enough. They would let you use multiples. So CVS is actually pretty awesome with the amount of coupons that you can use in one transaction. Some of the coupons, Dale says, wouldn't scan, but I bought the same product. So that could be, if it's a printable coupon and it's not scanning, it could be a printer issue versus anything else. Maybe your printer's just not doing a very crisp job of printing. You either need more toner or less ink. So if you still have an old inkjet printer, I say old because it kind of is in a sense. It's time to move to a laser printer. So black and white laser printers are really, really cheap. And I mention these at least once a month, I feel like, on our Q&A. But my favorite black and white laser printer is a Brother laser printer. They are about $60 to $80, depending on whether you get the wireless or the not wireless. I would go wireless at this point. But that $80 printer is going to print about 1,000 to 1,500 sheets before it runs out of toner. So it's going to pay for itself really quickly in not having to replace toner. But it also pays for itself because your coupons will always scan. It's pretty awesome. So I would encourage you to go that route if you're having problems with the printable coupons. So Teresa, you're the one that is having issues with the bubbles not being there. So those little bubbles are yellow on a printable coupon. So if you have a black and white printer and a store that is demanding that your expiration date box have those bubbles in them, which makes no sense to me, you're going to have to switch to a color printer. It's the only way that you're going to be able to make that store happy. It doesn't make any sense as to why they're demanding that. I've never heard of that from any other store, but that's the only way you're going to be able to fix it, because that's a yellow ink in that box. And Jessica's chiming in on the CVS side too. So one thing I noticed with doing this for years is that if you follow the rules, the cashiers will know you and not get picky. And managers will actually ask me if another customer can do what they're trying to do. So I agree on that one. So just a little CVS kind of etiquette. A lot of times we want to buy things in multiple transactions. It doesn't mean a ton. It doesn't mean I'm going to buy this deal and then I'm going to buy this deal. It really means that we're going to group some things together. So maybe I'm going to grab these 3 things and I'm going to use coupons for them and I'm going to get some rewards back. I'm going to pay with rewards that I already had first off on these items. I'm going to get some rewards back and then I'm going to use those rewards to buy some more deals. And I'm going to get some more rewards back. But the point of that is that I'm paying less out of pocket. I could go in and put $70 on the counter at the same time, but that's $70 out of my pocket. I don't really want to do that. I want to pay nothing out of pocket. I want to pay you with pretend money in extra care buck land, and I want you to give me more extra care bucks back. But to do that is multiple transactions. That means that people are going to wait for you while you're buying one and whatnot. So a few things that are going to make everything better. Obviously, as Jessica's mentioned, playing by the rules. We're not trying to use coupons we shouldn't use. We're not trying to use more coupons than we're allowed to use. But also, if you're doing multiple transactions, finish the one that you're on and jump to the end of the line. There's no need to make anybody wait for you so that you can check out more than once. And the minute you do that, the cashiers will love you. They see that you care about the other people in the store. You're not just there for your free toothpaste. Well, maybe you are, but you're at least being sweet about it. Then you've won them over, and they are going to be much more patient, much more understanding, and a lot less picky, as Jessica's mentioning too. Tawana, I hope everything's okay in Virginia. We had a huge storm yesterday. So we're still super wet here in South Carolina, but I can only imagine what you're getting if it's anything like what came through last night. Is it better to print CVS coupons instead of sending them to your card? That's a great question. So going paperless in general, let's just cover that first, Teresa, because that's really the first part of your question. If you go paperless, which is we grab the CVS app, and we start to get all of our offers in the CVS app. Going paperless is also going to mean that all your extra care bucks are in the CVS app. This has some warnings to it. So I'm not 100% a fan of going paperless. And the big warning there is that if I earn extra care bucks today in the store, I must go into the app and click send a card, send a card, send a card on each extra care buck that I earned. If I don't, then they will expire in 7 days, not 30. If I send them to my card, I have them for 30 days, like I normally would if they had printed. But if I forget to come in and hit that button, I've got a week to hit that button. If I forget to hit that button, they're gone. So that's the really, really big warning. You're gonna be livid when your extra care bucks expire in a week. I was livid when mine did, and I went on a rant. Corporate refused to give them back, just calling the corporate phone number. The only way I got mine back was going through behind the scenes channels that nobody else would to their PR firm and getting very upset with them. But this is a huge quirk that they need to fix and they haven't yet. So I don't know that I would go paperless unless you're able to remember that step, that you can sit there and say, send a card. You don't forget to do that as soon as you earn your extra care bucks. Now the rest of them, I'm fine with, opening up the app. If you're not going to go paperless, you'll still have some coupons in there, and still hitting the send a card is fine. It's just not wanting to go 100% paperless, so your extra care bucks don't get stuck in there too. I don't know. It's a warning. One thing though about the email coupons, where you are going to have an option. So Teresa, if you get CVS email coupons, hopefully you all do, go to CVS.com and sign up for a My CVS account. And on CVS's website, when you're signed in their account, you have the option to give them your email address. They will send you coupons, sometimes once a week, sometimes not as often, and those coupons will all give you the option to send a card or to print them. I would recommend waiting and printing them rather than sending those to your card, because if I wait and I print that on Saturday instead, it's going to be good much further out than it would have been if I sent it to card as soon as I opened it. It prolongs it. Whenever I print it, I've got 4 or 5 days from when I printed it, not from when it was emailed. And normally they expire on Sunday, but this pushes it to where it won't expire until Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So kind of a perk there to print or to save to a PDF if your computer gives you that option versus sending it straight to your phone. Let's see. Did you hear that CVS is going to stop printing sale circulars in the Sunday paper? I heard it on CNN. I have not heard that, Joyce. I can follow up with my CVS office. I'm not surprised by that. I don't think that you should be concerned that they're going to get rid of sales. I think that it's kind of where a lot of stores are going cost-wise, and newspapers really aren't getting out the deals for them anymore. I know CVS has tested in some markets going to a 2-week long ad, but they're not going to get rid of the sales or the deals that are around. I think you're going to just start to see them using their app more and pushing you notifications and using their email lists already. Let's see. Oh, thank you guys. I'm glad that lots of you agree that the Brother printer is kind of the way to go. Let's see. And you're right, Shanna. We probably do end up talking about that printer almost every single time. Is there a Brother that is color that is comparable? So Cheryl, the problem with color laser printers is that they aren't cost effective. Color laser printers are still very insane on price. So I don't think you want to go there. Really, your coupons, unless you shop in Teresa's store, you don't need your coupons to be in color. They're fine to be in black and white. And you're going to save so much more money to do that than to deal with color ink and refilling a color ink printer. So I wouldn't really mess with that. We have a color printer. You can actually, back up. This would be what you call a butler's pantry. It's really like a workstation. So we have a little color printer that lives in here, and we only use it when we need something to be in color. Actually, can't even tell you the last time we printed something on it. We more use it as a scanner. We mostly just use the Brother printer for everything else because it's so much cheaper. Let's see. So let me jump back to deals. I see, Diana, your question on Rite Aid, and I will definitely discuss Plenty Points and Rite Aid a little bit too for you tonight. So I'm not going to pass you by. But we will go there. So to jump back into a few more things with the drugstores, I talked about kind of this toothpaste deal, but there are some deals at all 3 drugstores that some people pass over because they don't appear to be free. So this guy tends to always be free. I call this kind of deal a very specific item deal. So you'll see this in the Southern Savers CVS list. You're going to see it in the weekly ad. They're incredibly specific when they have something that becomes free like this. You must buy the Colgate Total or Max Fresh 4.6 ounce. Like, they're going to tell you down to the size. If you don't buy the right item, your reward will not print. So on these deals, always make sure that you've bought exactly what it tells you to buy. They're really serious on that very specific part of the deal. Other types of deals that we see in the drugstores, again, all three drugstores, and we see a lot more of these in Rite Aid and Walgreens, are the types of deals that require you to buy $30 worth of participating items. So you go in, mix or match, and they'll all be included. So we've got, $30 worth of these Pantene products, or maybe you go $30 worth of diapers. You buy the $30 requirement, and you get a $10 reward. So it doesn't matter what drugstore we're in right now, you get a $10 extra care buck or a $10 plenty point because you bought the $30 requirement. When you see deals like this, no, they don't look to be free, but that is basically 30% off, 33% off in terms of what you're getting back. But you haven't even used coupons yet. And the $30 requirement that they all mention is before coupons in all three stores. So if I go in and I buy $30 worth of these, but I've got $2 off coupons, my total due is now $24 after the coupons. I'm still gonna get that $10 reward back. So I don't have to buy $30 after coupons, it's $30 before coupons. And that includes store coupons as well. So if you're in CVS and they sent you a $5 off $25 in diapers, or a $5 and $25 just off your next purchase, use it, because now your total is gonna be $19 and you're still gonna get the $10 back. So all diapers are coming from the drugstore. One other tip here, this is only for CVS, guys, is that a lot of times with deals like this one, and this isn't the only one, but diapers, paper towels, this week it's paper towels that does this. This week we have 18-roll Cottonelle paper towels, huge packs of Cottonelle paper towel, Cottonelle doesn't make paper towels, Cottonelle toilet paper are $9.99. And when you buy $20 of participating items, you get a $5 extra care buck back. Well, you look at that and you're bummed because it's $9.99 and you're thinking, well, if I got two of those, I'm 2 pennies short. In CVS, you're good. You will still get your reward. So they call it their 97% rule. You do not have to hit the $20. It's like a little inside tip. So diapers, they love to put these guys on sale for $9.99 also. And you're gonna think, well, man, now I gotta buy 4 packs. Just buy 3. You'll be 3 pennies short at $9.99, but you will still earn that $10 reward. So always remember that little tip. It's a huge help. It only works at CVS. Rite Aid and Walgreens, you must purchase however much they tell you before coupons, but it's a fun perk for those types of deals. And will definitely help you to save a bit more without tacking on more than you really need to buy for those items. So Heidi says, for some reason, if they void your transaction, your CVS store coupons may be lost and you won't get them back and you won't be able to reuse them when you restart the transaction. So Heidi, that does happen from time to time. However, if that ever happens, so you go paperless, and this is a problem with paperless, they're not actually gone forever, but if I send all my coupons to my phone and then I'm checking out and the cashier voids that transaction, which sometimes they'll screw up with the coupons and they'll be like, oh, we have to start over. They don't really need to, but they do. And when they do that, it kicks all the coupons out like you used them. They're really still there. So a lot of times they'll see them and they won't know what'll happen, and they should get a manager and kind of do an override and just take that amount off for you. Hopefully they will, but you'll find 2 hours later, all of those coupons are back in your app and they're back as being valid. So they just took them all off, but you actually still have them. You didn't end up using them in the end, but you're not alone if that's happened to you. It happens to pretty much all of us that have gone paperless at some point. Yeah, there are numbers of reasons. So it's harder to do multiple transactions also if you go paperless because they don't show up automatically. So you're going to have to jump to the back of the line and hope that it takes 2 or 3 minutes until it's time for you to jump back and be the next person up for those extra care bucks to be in your account and be ready to go. Let's see. I've been trying to use the curbside option with CVS, but it never seems to work for me. Any advice, or just delete it and start from scratch? So Erin, I actually can't give you any tips with CVS Curbside. I would love to be able to take advantage of it, especially like right now, if you haven't done this and they have it in your area, go to CVS.com. There's a coupon at the top of the site right now for $10 off of any $15 purchase. The downside is that it's not in all areas. So the nearest store to me right now that is participating in CVS Curbside is about an hour and a half away. That is not a big help to have to drive an hour and a half to not go in your store. So I have not done CVS Curbside, but if you have it in your area, that's why I just want everyone to go to CVS when we're done, CVS.com. If you've got it in your area, grab items with Curbside, use the coupon code. I would start over if it's not working. Just set up either a completely different account, whatever you need to do, Erin. I would just kind of, yes, again, from scratch, try to make it work, but it could be that you're in an area that doesn't have a participating store as well, or it says that it does and that store is not really active yet. But this is what you want to do, guys. So CVS.com, use Curbside. Get items that are printing extra care bucks this week, like the Cottonelle or Scott, the Scott toilet paper, Scott paper towels, Cottonelle toilet paper. That's all part of that $20 deal. Buy $20 worth of it. You're going to use that $10 off coupon code. So you're going to pay $10 less. You can't use manufacturer's coupons because you'll have to pay online, but you'll still earn the extra care bucks. So that's a fun perk of CVS Curbside, especially while we have these $10 off, $15 your first purchase order. So kind of take full advantage of that first purchase order to make sure that it has extra care buck deals in it, so that not only are you getting the 10 bucks off, but you're also going to earn some extra care bucks on it too. Yeah, and Cindy, I agree. I would definitely complain on the yellow dots being required in the expiration dates. It's one of the strangest things I've ever heard. But let's see. Oh, and Donna has a great tip too. CVS surveys. If they email you a survey, you should always do one. So if they follow up and say, hey, thanks for shopping in our store today, you should fill out this survey. You should totally do that. CVS also has a survey center that you can take surveys online. And I'm going to have to go digging for this one to find the link for you guys. But their survey center is another one where it's not related to your trip, but from time to time you'll get a random survey. It'll ask if you participate. It's just like the other survey sites that are online, but you earn extra care bucks when you take them. So I'll go digging, and if I don't find it before we're done with the call, we haven't posted on it in a long time, but it's somewhere on Southern Savers. I'll find the link for you, and I'll stick it in the comments if I don't find it right away. But that is another way to get even more extra care bucks as well. So let's see. How do you keep from losing extra care bucks? Every time I get back in the game and start rolling my extra care bucks, I do okay for 2 to 3 weeks, and then I miss a week and I lose $10. Do I make a calendar note? So, Catherine, for me, you can do either way. Make a Google note that's going to pop up. Make an Apple reminder. Hey Siri, remind me in a week. I fear to even say that. She's going to like kick in during our Facebook Live. But can you remind me in a week that I need to use these extra care bucks? Anything like that to help you not forget it. It also helps for me that I tend to go always on the first week of the month. A little inside tip for everybody. That's the best week of the month to be anywhere, because stores assume that you just got paid and you have a lot more money in your pocket. So it tends to always be that first week of the month for me. So I know they're going to expire the first week of the next month if I'm only in the store once a month. Which, when you're really stocked, I don't even need to go to CVS. My husband has reached a point where you can't even close the toothpaste drawer anymore. We don't need any more. Then you could take some time off, but we don't want those extra care bucks to expire. So either getting in a habit, so it's a set week for you, setting an Apple reminder, a Google reminder to pop in would also work. Or if you're still getting paper extra care bucks, that you put them in the front of wherever you're keeping your coupons, so that every time I open up my coupon bag or my coupon folder, I'm seeing them, that they're always in my face and I can't miss them. Those would be some options to help you not forget about the extra care bucks. let's see. I think I'm kind of caught up. If you ask the cashiers, they can help you. Yes, so CVS cashiers honestly are the very best cashiers on the face of the planet. Most of them, I'm not going to say all, but most of them completely know how to work their system, which is why for folks that are just starting out, you've never done this before, I'm telling you there's free toothpaste there, but you don't even believe me yet, I encourage you to start at CVS because cashiers in the other stores aren't really that helpful. And the Walgreens system is really quirky. So they have great deals, but for folks that are just starting out, they can be really, really frustrating. So I'm glad that you had an awesome experience. Okay, let's see. So let's talk coupon wording. Cecile is saying, I tried to use 2 Rimmel lipsticks, or tried to buy 2 Rimmel lipsticks and use 2 coupons, but they accepted 1 coupon because it said only 1 coupon is redeemable per purchase and only on specified products and size. So the difference there, Cecile, is 1 per purchase and 1 per transaction. And you'll find cashiers that don't understand that one, but the best coupons to find for them, as an example, and you can try to mention it in a nice way. We're not out there to make enemies, but to say no, 1 per purchase means 1 per item purchased. But so many coupons now, they're actually helping us out on this one. And Procter & Gamble brands are the best. So grab your P&G insert that's coming out this coming Sunday and have one as an example the next time you run into this. Because these P&G coupons, they're all going to say limit 1 per purchase, but then they're going to have in bold red print limit 4 per transaction or limit 4 per customer. They'll change up those end words. But that is so awesome because it helps us to show the cashier, see, it's not 1 per purchase. Down here, limit 4 per transaction. That's really where the limit is that cashier is trying to impose upon you. And it's not the per item that they're trying to do. It's really the per transaction. So CVS has changed their coupon policy, Amanda, but they haven't really since last August. There's not been any major coupon policy changes there. The big ones from last August did affect a lot of folks. Extra care bucks, when they expire, are now dead. You might as well just throw them away if you have them on paper. And they altered some of what they're going to take in terms of coupons. But for most of us, it wasn't a huge change. If we're playing by the rules, not that much in coupon land really was affected other than the expiring extra care bucks. We are seeing a lot more app coupons, and let's just talk about that one for a second because there are some in the CVS app this week that say manufacturer's coupon on them. This got a lot of folks last week. I got a lot of emails and Facebook messages about this one. There's a $3 off 2 Maybelline Cosmetics, or I guess it might have even been mascara, CVS app coupon that said manufacturer's coupon across the top. It did say that. However, when you go into the store, you will still be able to use a coupon with that. That's coming off. And the manufacturer's coupons do not beep. They don't stop them. They don't do anything. CVS has tried marking things with MFR before on the ones that come from the coupon center, but the computer is still fully viewing that as a store coupon and not a manufacturer's coupon. So if anyone ran across that and got scared or didn't grab it because it said that, you're good. It's not viewing that really as a manufacturer's coupon. It's really viewing that as a store coupon. And maybe they have plans to change that. It would be sad if they did. But for right now, it isn't something that they've changed even on the back end at all. So let's see. If I have a manufacturer's coupon that prints off at Rite Aid for diapers, can I use it at CVS? Yes, you can. And this is where I wish I'd grabbed my coupons before we sat down with all these coupon questions. So those little coupons that print on those little pieces of paper next to your receipt in Kroger, in Food Lion, Rite Aid, Bilo, wherever you are, those coupons are all manufacturer coupons. It doesn't matter whose logo is on them. Every single one of them is a manufacturer's coupon. So you can use that anywhere. If I'm checking out, in buy low and I get a $3 off my next Huggies coupon, I can turn around and take that to CVS. I can take it to Rite Aid. It doesn't matter. It is a manufacturer's coupon. Even if it says redeemable at, that's really kind of their way of saying, like, we gave you the coupon, wouldn't you like to use it here? But it's not really even from Rite Aid. It's from the Catalina company. Huggies paid it to put it in the system, and it's printing probably at everybody's store. So it is a manufacturer's coupon, so much so to answer, kind of to take that further, Holly, register rewards from Walgreens print on those same little strips of paper. Register rewards are manufacturer's coupons, and I can also use them anywhere that would take them. Now, some stores are going to bulk really quickly because there's no brand behind a register reward. It's just a blank coupon. But it is a manufacturer's coupon, so I can still use it without really any issues whatsoever, even Walmart and whatnot, without any problems. If you go paperless, Heidi asks, can you opt out? There's a button to do that, but it doesn't work. So no, if you go paperless, you can't. You're going to have to call corporate to opt out of being paperless. You will always be paperless. And I found that out the hard way. CVS Extra Care Bucks do last for 30 days, in case that was someone's question. Let's see. Can you tell me again, how do you get your Extra Care Bucks when it says $20 purchase if you get 2 items for $9.99? I've run into problems with that before, with them saying I didn't get the 20 bucks. So Sandy, in general, the system should automatically trigger the $20 Extra Care Buck to print. And if you look on your receipt, at the bottom of your CVS receipt, it's going to show you how much more you have to go before you hit the next threshold for the next Extra Care Buck to print. So sometimes it'll even say, $19.99 remaining, even though you earned your reward. You hit $19.99. Sometimes it'll say you went over, even though you didn't. They're a little off. But if it's down there, if it's on the bottom of your receipt, it's tracking, and it should be marking the rewards that you're getting. The only thing that can be throwing that off possibly is if you used a CVS % off coupon. Occasionally, not all the time, but occasionally CVS % off coupons do affect what the computer views as the total amount towards the reward. So look at how much it tracked and see, did it track $19.98 towards the reward, or did it not? Is it saying that you actually are $3 short instead of the 2 pennies short that you thought you were? But it should automatically print it. It's not anything that the store holds up or pushes through. It just does it as you're going. Terry's got a question in terms of apps, and just to kind of lump that in to drugstores, as we're grabbing these deals, don't forget about all the mobile apps that we have on top of other things. So let's, one that we saw recently for power toothbrushes, we head in, we use a coupon in the store, we get an Extra Care Buck here. You could still be earning from Checkout 51 or Ibotta or any of the others if they have that same offer. It's not at the register. So anything we're doing mobile app-wise is like a mail-in rebate that I'm getting after the fact. So just if you've never used them, that part can be tricky for folks because they want it to be that instant savings as they were leaving the store. But you're going to have to come home and take a picture of your receipt to get that little bit back. But it does add in a good chunk and makes for some fun deals when you already paid not much in the store and you got rewards back, and then I come home and I submit the receipt to take it further. I cannot use public store coupons at CVS or Target. You're correct. Public store, none of those stores take competitor coupons. When I'm talking about those coupons that are printing next to your receipt, really just mean those little tiny ones coming from that separate machine in the store. Those are manufacturer's coupons, but not any other store coupons. No. Let's see. So Checkout 51 will not accept my receipt for an item, and I've tried to submit it twice. Please help. So Chris, they have a pretty good customer service. I don't know if you've reached out to them on that. Sometimes it can be the pictures that are being taken and they're not liking the picture, or they don't feel like the product was on the receipt. But I would still completely just go through their customer service line. It takes them about a week max to respond, but they are pretty responsive on fixing things. That's the route I would go. I would not try to upload it too many more times though, because sometimes you get docked for trying to upload the same receipt and they think you're trying to work the system when really you're just trying to get the system to work. So I would really kind of just take it to a customer service standpoint after that. So let's go, and Amanda's chiming in the same thing. Let's talk Rite Aid and Walgreens just as real quick kind of the differences. So we talked about the two types of deals, being buy a very specific item that happens to be free or buying a whole group of items and getting those rewards. So the differences between the systems, because we have those exact same types of deals in all three stores. Very specifics and what I like to call an umbrella deal because it's mix or match. It kind of encompasses a whole bunch of stuff. Same deals in all three stores. CVS and Rite Aid are almost identical. That's how I want you to view them. So CVS prints an extra care buck, but it is currency. I use it to pay for whatever I want to pay for in CVS, but I still use a ton of coupons with it. Same thing in Rite Aid. So Rite Aid Plenty points work exactly like extra care bucks. They're currency. I'm going to use them. I'm going to earn 200 Plenty points, which equals $2, and I'm going to use those 200 Plenty points on my next purchase to get $2 off, just like I would have used the extra care bucks on this toothpaste. So exact same deal. Plenty points do not expire for 2 years, so you have a really long time to use them, or you can use them other places. So they actually win there because I can turn around and use my Plenty points at Exxon and Mobil stations, Macy's, AT&T, Bilo, Winn-Dixie, Harvey's. We've got a long list, but we can earn them and redeem them in any of those locations. The big thing for you is to remember that they're currency, just like extra care bucks. The one difference between Rite Aid and CVS, the Plenty points that I earn today do not work until tomorrow. So instead of multiple transactions, I am going in and I'm just loading up. I'm putting it all on the counter at the same time. My total due the first week may be 30 or 40 bucks, but I'm earning a bunch of Plenty points from all of these items, and I'm going to turn around and use those next week. They're not going to expire. I could use them next month if I wanted to. They're not going to expire. Now, if you have a Rite Aid nearby, there's not a ton of deals this week at Rite Aid. It's kind of a boring week, but next week, starting Sunday, April 30th, there's a ton of deals. Rite Aid is running a Plenty Points birthday party next week, and they have over $1,000 worth of Plenty Point deals in the weekly ad, according to the top of the ad anyway. I didn't count them up. But there are a ton. There's a really good deal on Pampers. There's a lot of very good deals throughout the ad, not to mention we're getting an insane number of inserts on Sunday. So if you're just getting started, you're going to have a ton of coupons to work with and a really good ad to get started with. So what do we do if a deal shows only cents left on the deal, but it doesn't print the extra care bucks? So Jessica, you could always try to see later. Let me just add in something. My favorite, whenever it's a Procter & Gamble deal, so you've grabbed your Pantene and you've grabbed your Venus Razor, always see if Dawn, the little tiny bottle of Dawn, or one box of Puffs tissues is part of the deal, because those are 99 cents a piece. So if you're within like 50 cents of the deal, it didn't print, let's throw in a Dawn dish detergent, let's throw in something that costs 99 cents to hit us over the limit. The fun part about CVS and Rite Aid, both of those stores, I do not have to purchase that $20 or $30 requirement in the same transaction. So if I don't buy enough, I can always just add something in another transaction and then I will get the reward. In Walgreens, you cannot. In Walgreens, I must make sure that all of these items are on the counter at the same time in the same purchase to earn whatever reward I was supposed to earn. So that can be really frustrating in Walgreens. You would have to basically return it. But in CVS and in Rite Aid, you do not.
If I didn't hit the threshold, something was cheaper than I thought it was going to be, or my percent off coupon threw me in a loop and now I'm still short, then just go grab something else. You'll hit that amount you need and you'll immediately get the reward on that next receipt. Okay, so explain the free toothpaste again. So, sure, it's a fake deal, and Erin's actually helping you too, but it's not real this week, but we definitely see this all the time. It's on sale for $2.99. You have a $1 off coupon, so you're going to pay $1.99, and then on your receipt, you're going to earn $2 in rewards. That's extra care bucks at CVS, that's $2 in Plenty points, wherever. All the stores run the same kind of deal. So I paid $1.99, but I got it all back in pretend money. And then I can turn around, potentially, depending on the limit of each deal, I could turn around and buy a whole nother tube, put it on the counter, use another $1 off coupon, total dues $1.99, give them that $2 reward you just got, and you're going to pay nothing for the second tube. You're still going to get another $2 reward back from the second one. So that's the awesome part of the drugstore, is that eventually I have enough rewards, so I pay you in my pretend money, and you give me more pretend money, and we just keep this little game going over and over and over again. One more thing that I haven't mentioned in pretend money land is making sure you're signed up for the beauty club. The CVS Beauty Club, you buy $50 worth of beauty care products, and you get a $5 extra care buck. But that beauty club tracks you on the full price of the item, well, the sale price of the item, not after the coupon and after the extra care buck and all of that. So last week, you could have walked out the door with 2 Maybelline mascaras and not paid a dime for them. It would have tracked the full $9 of those 2 mascaras. So you should definitely be part of the CVS Beauty Club, because it's just another $5 extra care buck that's getting tacked on top of all of the other savings that you're grabbing. Kathleen, sorry for kind of just getting to your question. The Cottonelle deal that I mentioned, they are 18 double roll packages this week at CVS. Buy 2 of them at $9.99 a piece, so you'll be at $19.98. Use 2 coupons. We've got $1 off coupons on those, so you're going to pay $17.98, and then you're going to get back a $5 extra care buck. In the end, you paid $12.98 for 2 18 roll packs. It's not a bad price, especially if Cottonelle is your brand. Are coupons in the CVS app different from the store coupons in the kiosk? Sometimes they will be. You will have specific in-app coupons that are not printing from the kiosk. So they're trying to push people to the mobile app as much as they can right now. They would love to push everybody paperless as well, fully, but they are a little different. That said, I am paperless. I've been paperless for a long time, but I still stop by the CVS Coupon Center, and every time I'm in there, I still get 1 or 2 coupons that were not in my mobile app. So I only get 1 or 2, but it's still worth stopping by. So if you do go paperless, don't give up on the Coupon Center either. You kind of want both, long story short. So let's see. Kathleen, I don't know your question, so you're chiming in on what your Catalina was. It's saying you got a coupon from Kroger for bonus fuel points. If you're ever getting something like that on those little tiny strips of coupons, those are going to be some store offers that they're throwing out at you. Occasionally, you're going to get a Catalina that says, $3 off your next purchase. Thank you for buying Huggies. Those are still manufacturer's coupons. But if they do, if it is a true, buy Kroger carrots and get $1 off, then that is going to be truly a store offer versus being a manufacturer's offer. And yours is saying, so you continued it. 40 bonus fuel points the next time you cash a check or card at Money Services. And that could end up being your personal offer, but I can dig in and see if it's one for everybody else. If you have, a check to cash, they charge a fee for that. So I'm not sure in the end that you're going to come out ahead based on what that check cashing fee would be from the Kroger Money Services department. In the end, a lot of times you don't end up ahead. An example that is similar is that we will see $5 off of a Visa gift card, and the Visa gift card or the MasterCard gift cards have an activation fee. So in the end, I'm not ahead. It paid the activation fee, but I didn't end up, getting $5 off of a $25 gift card. I really just got the activation fee back in rewards. So I think that that's probably what that type of offer from Kroger, Catalina, is going to end up being for you. Let's see. So Shanna says, I just sent my daughter to pick up a medicine, and she said, here's your $5 extra care buck. I just opened the app and says, new, here is your $5 pharmacy extra care buck. So with that, they recently had a promotion with the CVS app that if you linked the CVS app and a medication, that you could get that $5 extra care buck. I'm not sure if that's possibly what you did, Shanna, or if somehow it kind of did it for you. But when you link your app to your medicines or you refill a medicine through the app, they've been running a promotion giving you an extra care buck on that. So I'm not sure if that's what you did or not. Heidi asked, has anybody heard when another Super Doubles is coming up at Harris Teeter? I have not heard anything in particular, but I do expect one soon. Now that they've started running all of these random 3-day events that don't last super long, it's kind of frustrating to get an idea of their schedule, but we usually do have one in early May before the summer break. So that's what I would be waiting for. Walgreens points, Yolanda, they do expire, but not that often. As long as you shop in Walgreens once every 6 months, your balance or rewards should never expire. If you take a long hiatus, they will expire, though, at that 6-month mark if you're not back in the store. So you just got to be in there on a regular basis. Is there any way you can check how many extra care bucks you have? I can't find any place on the app. So Heidi, this is an old phone. I wish I could make it work for you. But if you pull up the CVS app, right on the homepage, like I'm looking at the app on the homepage, it'll have how many extra care bucks you have right there, a number, and then say extra care bucks. And if you click on that, it'll go straight into your extra care bucks. So you should be able to see that right from the main page of the CVS app. You may have to scroll down just a tad, but it's right there. So Teresa, I love your off point. We can help with a Kroger intervention. You just need to let us know what kind you need. There are some good deals and a very good mega event that's coming back, or that's going to be running soon with 99-cent all and other fun things like that starting on Wednesday. Does the deal this week have a limit? So Sandy, all extra care buck deals in CVS have a limit. That particular deal on the Cottonelle and the Scott and the all detergent that's running this week, it's a limit of 1. Most of them, when they're really good and they include a bunch of top brands like that, are always a limit of 1. So just to kind of be ready. Can you use a store e-gift card to purchase a physical one for the same store? Or is that a no-no? Usually, Erin, they will not let you buy a gift card with a gift card. And some stores won't even let you buy a gift card with a debit card anymore. You have to buy them with a credit card. So we're getting lots of fun rules with all of that. But I don't think you're going to be allowed to do that one at all. So when's the next time we're going to have 4 times on Kroger gift cards? Jonathan, we should see that one coming up the very first week. So not this weekly ad for Kroger, but probably next weekly ad. We always see 4-time fuel points on gift cards around Mother's Day and Father's Day. So we're almost there. Mother's Day's, 2-3 weeks away now? So as soon as we get inside that 2-week window is when I would expect it to kick in. So I missed the Arm & Hammer deal last week and didn't get any more, and they wouldn't give me a rain check for the sale price. Now, Ellen, they should have given you a rain check. The tricky part with that Arm & Hammer deal is that it required a $1 in-app coupon, and the rain check wouldn't have taken it wouldn't have given you that $1 in-app coupon back. So you still wouldn't have had the 99-cent price that you wanted on the item, even if you had gotten a rain check on that particular deal. But they should issue a rain check for anything in the weekly ad. That's their corporate policy. And CVS rain checks are actually pretty awesome because they don't expire and they will still give the rewards that should have printed today. So if one store won't give you the rain check, hopefully you've got another one nearby. I would still try again if you wanted it. Ellen, I don't know if you have Kroger nearby, but we really do. The Kroger ad, I've already got it up on Southern Savers. So if you go to southernsavers.com/Kroger, you will see the deals for the new ad starting on Wednesday. It has a new mega event, and all detergent, the same size bottle of all that we saw for Arm & Hammer, is 99 cents there. So we see 99-cent detergent on a pretty regular basis. You will never see it for Tide, but we see it for lots of other brands. So maybe you could grab that one if you have a Kroger nearby. Oh, that's why you need a Kroger intervention. I see, Teresa. So you went, but you didn't save a ton. We can try to help. If you want to email me too, I can try to give you some pointers and some tips and see maybe where you went wrong. So you can always email me, Jenny@southernsavers.com, and that's Jenny with a Y, or just send me a message straight through Facebook. What is the max on the Walgreens rewards points, the money amount that you can get up to? So you can keep earning Walgreens balance rewards, but at some point you do kind of max out on where the ratio gets better for you, and that's at the $50 mark. So 40,000 balance rewards points equal $50 back. And I'm pulling it up just so that I don't, in my memory, tell you the wrong thing. It has been a long day. Yeah. So 40,000 points equals $50 back. So you basically made $10 if you hold on to your points long enough. But after that 40,000 mark, it doesn't keep getting better. So I wouldn't really worry about holding on. Well, I wouldn't hold on to that many in the first place. But if I were you, I wouldn't really worry about going past the 40,000 mark. It's not that 50,000 and 60,000 is going to get any better. The ratio doesn't change. Is it 99 cents without a coupon or with one? It is with a coupon, and there are a lot of them. There's even a Kroger e-coupon available, so you don't even really have to have gotten a paper or anything that you printed. So you could get that all deal pretty easily at Kroger. I can't remember exactly. Is it better to leave the extra care buck in the app or send it to the card? So Shanna, you have to send it to the card. Do not leave it in the app. You only have 7 days to basically activate it in the app and send it to card, or else it's going to go away. Now, if you want to really take this out, if you were to activate it on the 6th day, you have 30 days from that day that you sent it to your card. So in a way, you could have a longer time to use it, but you are really pushing it if you think you're going to remember to go in 6 days from now and send that to card. You're much more likely to remember to do it if it's just a step that you do as soon as I check out in CVS, I sit in the car and I send everything to card. You're going to be much less likely to lose them and be really frustrated by it. So that's how I would do it. Any good deals to use 150,000 Walgreens points on? Wow, that's a lot of Walgreens. There are some good deals. They don't always have a ton. They have almost nothing in next week's ad. They're not going to go anywhere, but I would definitely start taking full advantage of them. And I would probably start to rack up, since you've got that earning 40,000 points is worth $50 off. I would just kind of throw a whole bunch of stuff in a big transaction together and take advantage of that $10 savings. This week, there's not even a ton there to help you with. There's a kind of a big deal on Dove, Degree and Axe deodorants and Aveeno products, so you could kind of go crazy on sunscreen if you wanted, but not a lot to go off of. The end of the month, though, is always rough, so I would wait. The beginning of the month is usually much, much better for deals. They assume this last week of the month, which is where we are right now, that you don't have any money left. Everybody's just kind of scraping until they get paid this coming weekend. So that's where most stores are. So not a lot of deals to even run on. So what will happen to Plenty Points when Walgreens buys Rite Aid? I'm surprised that no one asked before you, Diana. The latest news, I was just reading articles this week, is that a lot of folks are expecting the FTC to deny the purchase of Walgreens and Rite Aid. So their original plan was that that merger would be complete by July. I don't think you're going to see that. The FTC is not acting on it at all. They haven't given any answers to it. And even from what I was reading currently with all of the transition between presidents, the FTC is normally a board of 5 men, and it's currently a board of 2. So we might not see an answer for quite a while. But with Plenty Points earned, long answer there, Plenty Points is not a Rite Aid reward system. So it's not going to go away at all. You will just not use them in Rite Aid. You will use them in Exxon and Mobil Stations and Macy's. So earn away. Have a blast getting all the deals next week for their birthday party, getting whatever you want. And even if you never make it back in there, they're not going to go away. They're not going to expire for 2 years, but you can just use them somewhere else. So you won't miss out on it at all. Let's see. Tips for... will I do a show on Walgreens? You know what? We can totally do Walgreens and Rite Aid. We're going to do it in 2 weeks probably because I've already planned out what we're doing next week. But we could do that. I'm not a huge Walgreens fan because it's very confusing for folks that are brand new. But one thing that you could do now, because I know I'm telling you 2 weeks out, is if you head to YouTube, so youtube.com/Southern Savers, I have done videos where I went into Walgreens, and you can kind of follow me in the store and shop, and I went into CVS. It's a really good way to learn how to do this because it's very complicated, or it feels complicated when you've never done it before. So those videos on YouTube, it's youtube.com/Southern Savers, all one word, will probably give you a good footing that even a Q&A can't help because you're in the store and you're seeing the deals. Do you have to use all your Walgreens points at the same time, or can you break them up? You choose a button as you're checking out on how many you want to use. Do you want to use 10,000? Do you want to use 20,000? It's whatever button you choose. But that's how it's going to work when you use them up. Let's see. I have 40,000 points at Walgreens. Yeah, and that answers that question too. Do I have to spend it all at once in order to take advantage of the $50? Yes, you do. So to truly get that $50 discount, I must redeem all 40,000 points in the same transaction. If you want to fully, you could do 30,000 and you get 35, but you might as well go to that $50 mark and take full advantage of the free extra $10 if you have that many. And I am amazed that you guys are holding on to points that high. I am one where I would rather pay nothing out of pocket and not hold on to any points than to wait just to earn that extra $10. So Heidi, why is the FTC denying it? It's monopoly. Folks are worried about Walgreens. It would then make Walgreens the biggest drugstore in the country. Does that limit? We have so many antitrust laws on the books that's why the FTC would be possibly denying it. So Shanna says, I finally reached a payout level on Ibotta. Is it one of the safe ones to leave? Yes, it is, Shanna. You can totally leave it there. I tend to get my payouts around Christmas time. So Ibotta and Saving Star are great ones to leave there. Checkout 51 mails you a check as soon as you earn your amount. But the other ones, I would just leave them there and let them come out, do the direct deposit, do PayPal when you get closer to needing them. Okay, I'm trying to get caught up. Oh, good. Couple more questions. I struggle with using Publix or Winn-Dixie. With Publix, better deals with using coupons, but now Winn-Dixie has Plenty Points. And looking at the site each week, the sales and prices are pretty similar. Heidi, so the difference between the two in my book, Publix and Winn-Dixie both have tons of buy one, get one deals. If your Winn-Dixie will take Publix coupons, that could be kind of a real deal maker for you. If your Winn-Dixie will take Publix coupons, then to me, Winn-Dixie is going to work and be the best. If they don't, because not all Winn-Dixies take competitor coupons, then I'm probably going to point you to Publix. So the Plenty Point deals in Winn-Dixie and Buy Low, some of them are okay, but some of them are honestly just silly. And it's because of the value. So you buy 2 of these items and they're going to give you 20 plenty points. That's 20 cents. So they're giving you 10 cents off of each item. And then some of those items they haven't even put on sale. So a lot of the plenty point deals that are in the weekly ads, I'm not even adding them to the Winn-Dixie list each week because they're just that bad. So keep that in mind. If you do use the list on Southern Savers, I don't type the entire ad. I only type the items that are actually on sale this week. So there are a lot of plenty point deals that don't make the list. Hopefully the ones that are there are decent enough for you. And there are some. There's 135 points back on this, 150 points back on that. Now we're talking. That's $1.50. But just don't get super excited about the ones that are just mere pennies basically off of each item. Publix to me, with all of their store coupons and the fact that I get to use manufacturer's coupons with them, they end up winning over Winn-Dixie, unless you just really love plenty. Let's see. Do I like MobiSave? It's a good app. I don't always use it a ton. It doesn't always match in with what I'm grabbing. But the fun part with MobiSave is that as soon as you submit the offer, you get paid for it. So that's pretty great. There's not a threshold or any kind of waiting point that you're having to reach for a payout. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. We went a little over on time. Oh, let me not forget all my YouTube folks either. And in terms of, we'll try to get to the things that y'all are asking. So some folks are asking for a Q&A just on Kroger. We've done that in the past, so we can totally go through Kroger and Publix and other ones like that. And we'll kind of get through. Oh, and Shanna, on that one, if that $5 extra care buck is already printed on a receipt, you can't send it to card. So just keep the one that's on the piece of paper. It's still good. It's still your extra care buck, but you just can't get it both places. So you'll have to keep and hold on to the piece of paper and not lose it. So you're not gone. You didn't lose it or miss it if that's the case. So Kristen says, I only list the deals that are really good. Is that the part of the site where you choose the store and look at the current ads? So yes, Kirsten. So when you're at the top of the site on Southern Savers and you see all the stores that are there, grocery stores, national stores, drugstores, any of those big lists that you see, the items that are listed there are the items that are 40% off or more. So I don't type out everything, just the items that are a decent price. All the individual deals that get put into posts, they're actually put into these lists too. So if you're ever skimming the site and you can't kind of keep track of the little tiny deals, just head to Publix and they're all part of those lists. They end up in multiple places. And yes, lots of folks asking for specific hangouts on stores. So we've done a Walmart and a Target one and all of those. We can kind of put them back into the rotation. My plan for next week already was that we were going to do a what to buy in May in the summer, because next week is May 1st. But the summer has a whole bunch of its own little bubble items that come on sale. So it's a fun one to talk about and to really make sure we're not missing out on some of the good summer deals that are out there all summer long. But then we'll start to just rotate through all the stores that you guys are asking for. So it was great to be back with you. I kind of slightly enjoyed a little bit of a break last week too, but we hadn't had one in a long time, so we will just keep on going. Same time, same place, every Monday night. Thanks for joining me, guys. If you have any questions between now and next week, you can always email me, jenny@southernsavers.com, or send me a message directly through Facebook. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you again next week.